Hey everybody, this is Matthew with Forging Your Legend, where we help people turn their toughest battles into their greatest legends. Today I want to address a topic that I was asked about, and that is how to expand your training zone. So first off, your training zone, as I define it, loosely at least, is your ideal range of focus for your retraining that balances your needs for safety and regulation with your needs for expansion, growth, and challenging yourself in an appropriate way. We could think of it like the Goldilocks temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, just enough for you to move forward and balance those factors. And one of the most important things that you need to understand about the training zone is that it has more to do with your mindset and your mental emotional experience than it does with the physical realities. I'm not saying the physical realities don't matter. They obviously do, but I'll give you an example. If somebody is having a really intense time physically, but mentally, emotionally, they're handling it. They're able to get through it. They're able to stay with themselves and not, abandon themselves or give up or whatever. They are more in their training zone than the person who has mild physical symptoms, but is just really not handling it. So that's a rule of thumb you can use, and it points to one of the most important things about what determines your training zone, which is how you view the things in front of you. One critical key to that is, are you looking at these things, these challenges, these obstacles as opportunities, or are you looking at them as, disasters and problems that are insurmountable? That really matters, because what you tell your nervous system, what you tell your brain about what these things in your life mean has a lot to do with how you respond to it. Not just, in your thoughts, but neurologically. So your mindset is probably the most critical piece that you have immediate direct control over when it comes to your training zone. Other factors that matter are things like where you are in your retraining process and what stage you're at, and also which things you have trained on enough that they're no longer an issue and which things you're still working on. That's something that takes some time. Vagal tone as well is an important factor, because if you have really poor vagal tone, you can have a great mindset, but it's still not going to be the same, training zone capacity that you're going to have as somebody with a great mindset and great vagal tone. And vagal tone is something you can influence, but, it's not necessarily going to switch overnight. You have to work at it, and some of it's not in your direct control. And then obviously your overall stress load. And some stress is really, about how we look at it. Other stress, it's just a fact. But we may be able to still influence how much it impacts us. For example, you could have a lack of sleep. That's a stress. However, that could be a mild stress or a major stress depending on what you tell your brain and your nervous system about it. So these are some of the things that can determine your training zone. There's probably others I'm not mentioning here, but that's a good, intro to that. Now, how do you actually expand your training zone? And the best answers that I have for this start with just the basics. Show up every day, do your practice, manage your mindset, look at things as opportunities as best you can, be there for yourself, love yourself, connect with people as much as you're able, connect with your purpose, because purpose is one of those almost magic buttons that can alter your vagal tone in a positive way, and just sometimes overnight expand your training zone if it's done right. And then, definitely vagal toning exercises like the eye movement exercises. If you're not sure what those are, as of the making of this video, I'm still giving away a handout with a bunch of eye movement exercises on it that help with vagal toning, and it's part of a free handout on vagal toning. So feel free to sign up for my email list and I'll send you that. And then as far as your rounds and stuff goes, you can put the things that you want to add to your training zone into your rounds and practice them in your rounds first. And as you go along, if you're doing these things and you're getting triggered, you know, use the rounds to show your brain that you're safe, that you're okay, even if you're having some symptoms, even if you're getting a negative response to it. Use those tools to your benefit to show your brain that these things are safe. That's the whole point of the rounds. And then you should be incrementally training on these things. There's a lot of ways to incrementally train. I'm not going to get into that so much in this video, but the short version is you can either go very, very slowly and just work at it a little bit at a time, or you can just throw yourself in and kind of work from there to show your brain, hey, we're okay. That's what I'd call the way of water and the way of fire. I've got a video on that that I can link in the comments. Let's see, and then beyond that, you know, make sure that you are asking for help if you need it, whether that's from me or just generally, friends, family. Look for that connection, because connecting to people is important for feeling safe enough to actually challenge yourself in ways that can expand your training zone, but also it's just smart self-love. And so that's what I've got for you today. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, etc. Don't be afraid to let me know if you thought of something that I left out of this. Something that you would add that you feel like is important for expanding your training zone. Because this is a short video. I'm not going to be able to touch on everything. Let me know what you think. And you can find more at forgingyourlegend.com. Feel free to reach out if you could use some help. Happy to assist you. Hope you can make it an amazing day.